you're thinking that I had been untrue, but if you think that we'd be better parted.
I have an active code for Seeds DSO1 Daily Symbiotic again, so I'm going to put the link and the code here. DND25 will get you 25% off of your first order. Seeds DSO1 is the pre and probiotic that Deb and I have taken for years and we swear by. I have personally seen several benefits myself from taking Seeds DSO1, including regularity. My skin health is so much better. My gut health is better. It also shows cardiovascular benefits as well. What you will get in your first order is a glass jar to store your 30-day refill, and then you'll get a travel vial. I can't locate mine right at the moment, but this is what you will get then every month after that you can just put into your glass jar, and then you take 2 a day. You can either take them first thing in the morning or at night. I prefer to take mine at night. I mentioned that it is a pre and probiotic in one. The prebiotic is this outer green, and then there's a little white capsule inside, which is the probiotic, which carries it all the way to your colon, which is what we want. Gut health is so important to overall health. So try Seeds DSO1. I'm going to put a link here with my code again, DND25 will get you 25% off of your first order. I shared this light in a reel a few days back, and I wanted to share it in stories. I never thought Deb and I would love it as much as we do. It comes with a little magnetic base. So there are the magnets, and there's one in that too. I think they show it like this, but I like it the other way. You can turn it off and on, or you can have it on motion, and it is rechargeable. It does come with a sticky back on here, but I didn't want to put it on my antique cabinet here using that sticky stuff. So I used a Velcro, what are those things called? Command strip. Comes in a couple different wood tones, I believe. This is a hard plexiglass, and I love it hanging here because when we get up in the middle of the night, it's a soft light, so it doesn't like blind you in the middle of the night. And also if you need a quick flashlight, it's just so handy. I just love it.
It's supposed to rain this afternoon. I'm going to try to get a few more of these. This is what makes a project hard, is we're trying to work with what we have. We don't have enough of anything, so you have to go along and make it up as you go. So the next 2 pieces that I see that are the same size are this one, and I think I have another one. This one, that one looks shorter though. I have to put one on each side to make it look even. And we have a few more of the shorter ones down here. We'll have to count those out and put equal amounts on each side. We go down to the real little things down over here. It would be so much easier if we had all of the same thing. I love it because it looks old and we're using what we have, but it makes the project a little bit more challenging. Right up here, the rake is setting. It's an empty spot. So I'm thinking about taking that burning bush and moving it up there and making a little bit more mowing space here and doing that on the opposite corner. I think that looks a little better. Makes a little bit more sense. Still don't know what I'm going to do here in the corner, but we will figure it out.
I just jumped into DMs for just a couple of minutes, and someone just asked me if there's an update on the squatters camp. They must have been looking at the highlights. I have a reel, so I'm going to share that next. If you missed the squatters camp story, you need to watch the highlight and then the reel. Welcome to squatters camp. This is an idea that our nephew had 2 years ago. He was 13 at the time. He built 2 little bridges over some creeks on our property and then built this structure. We needed a mailbox first, 99%. Also, I put up a question box on the underground trampoline, and I got a lot of people asking questions about it and wanted me to share some information. They also told me that Lacey had one, and I did not know that. So I just texted her and she said, no regrets. They love it so much. the quote we got is absolutely out of this world. So I think we found, well, let me tell you the story. Hold on. I asked Deb if she thought we could handle the job minus the excavating part. If we could get someone to do that, she said, let's get the estimate first and then we'll see. Well, the estimate was so astronomical. It was actually twice the amount that I thought it would be. So that's a no. But I kept thinking, if we could get our excavating guys who dug our pond and who they just do a lot of different work like that. Deb said, I bet you they've never done it. Well, one happened to stop by yesterday to pick up the auger that Deb borrowed. And they had a job come up. Otherwise, we would have had it back already. But they had a random job come up that they needed it. So he stopped by. So I was in the garden. Deb was chatting with him for about 5 minutes before I walked up. And then when I got up there, I said, are you keeping busy this summer? One is a firefighter and he is a teacher. And then they do this. And he said, oh yeah, we've got several jobs lined up. And I said, well, hey, I have another one. It's an underground trampoline. And I know you're just going to want this job. And he was laughing and said, Deb already said something. So he said, well, I've never done one, but it wouldn't be that difficult. And he said, is it in the blazing sun or is it in the woods in the shade? And we said, in the woods in the shade. So, hey, and we just kind of laughed and chatted for a little bit. So as he was getting ready to leave, he said, all right, we'll see you girls later. I said, okay, see you whenever you come to dig our trampoline. And he said, okay. And I looked at Deb and I said, is he really serious? So I'm going to let it sink in for a couple days and then we're going to contact him and see if he wants the job. But while we were chatting about it in the beginning of the conversation, all this to say is yes, he said what he would do. He said, you'd probably have to dig a drain for it, blah, blah, blah. So definitely a drain. I also had a lot of people say that they've never had anything fall in it, like snakes and mice, what a lot of people warned me of. Also, as far as snow, a little snow, people leave. If it's 3 foot of snow, they just go out and sweep it off. So it doesn't sound like I didn't have anyone say that it's it's the worst thing. Everybody who has one loves it. I'm going to type something here though. Okay, if you need an extension ladder but don't have the room to store it, you need this compact, heavy-duty telescoping aluminum ladder. It can easily be stored pretty much anywhere. It's lightweight, comes in several heights, and locks at every step for that perfect ladder. I wanted to run out here and give you guys a look. Deb got done the front and then I helped her with the side. She went around the corner like that. If you missed it, these are all old pieces of concrete that we had posted this morning, that all of these are different sizes. That makes everything a lot more difficult. It's almost like putting together a puzzle, especially because we have two sides that we wanted to look even. If you notice, we have this size, which is literally a step, like it's this big. We had a couple of those, and then she graduated down to this size and then graduated down to this size, went around the corner where I helped her. We decided that we had a couple more of these like bigger steps that we would put them here. Like I said, this was like a puzzle that we put together. Obviously, it's all landscaping. Back here is nothing, and we're not putting anything back here. It's probably going to be maybe more stone just to clean it up here a little bit. I'm not sure. So she did the same here, went around the corner with these blocks. And then this is what we had left. Believe it or not, we almost made it to the corner of each side. We just put these here to get them out of the way, but we have a little stack right there, and that is all we have left. So some of these will probably go on the other side to finish that out, and we have to level this out here and then mulch. Then this project is done. I also don't know what we're doing here in the front. We'll figure something out here, but obviously, like I said, mulch up in here all the way around except the back. Love how this turned out, that It's all different. It's different than anyone has. I love that we used things that we already had. So it was free. It was just a lot of hard work. I love too that we use something old because that's what we wanted to do with our property, is have everything basically look like it's been here forever.